All right. Now, progressive squares is...
can I do it without the microphone? You can all hear me without the microphone. Is that all right? No issues? Okay. No issues? No issues. No issues. We need 3 good-looking girls.
2 girls.
We can't do much about the quality of the boys, but we need the good-looking girls. Or whatever. I mean, boys taking the part of the girls, all right. But, I mean, a lady would be better so that everybody can see what's happening better. What? You want to? We've had one show. No. Oh yes, over there. Good. All right. Now, I think probably everybody is familiar with what we're doing. You're not dancing only in your own square, you're dancing in the other squares that are around you as well. And you would not probably attempt this in a hall this shape. You want the dancers to have a little bit more breathing space because there's more chances of them making a mistake if they're crowded and they don't know who it is that they're working with. But the rules with this are really simple. If you're facing out of your square and you hear a call that you can do with somebody from another square, you go ahead and do it with the people in the other square. If you're facing the wall and there's nobody there to do that call with, then you simply California twirl without being told to do it. Okay, it's just automatic. As soon as you hear a call you can't do and you're facing out, just California twirl and wait until I bring somebody. That's all right. That's all right. So let's just first of all have a look at what we call exploding squares. This is where we end up with a square in the middle and a ring of people around the outside. Head couples pass through. Side couples pass through. If you can, do a right and left through. Same ladies chain. Same couples star through. Pass through. 4 ladies chain. In that square, head couples right and left through, because now the people who are in the head position are actually sides from another square. And the people who are sides are the heads from another square. Okay, side couples right and left through in that square. 4 ladies chain, so we've just done nothing other than had everybody do a right and left through. So we bring them back home again. Head couples pass through. Side couples pass through. If you can, do a right and left through. 2 ladies chain. Square through 4. And bow to your partner. And you're back in your own square again. Okay, so...
I'd like to have a mic.
I don't think I need a...
Okay.
I think it's... Everybody hearing me okay? Is it? You don't need a... Oh, everybody join hand circle to the left, halfway. Okay. Now I do a little routine. When I'm doing this, I do a routine which changes all the girls in the square except for 1 in each corner square. So if we've only got 4 squares, each square is a corner square. But if you had 6 squares or 8 squares, it's only the squares on the absolute corners that this happens with. And down in the back corner, it's couple number 1. They don't change partners. Down here, it's couple number 2, then couple number 3, and couple number 4 in this square. You keep the same partner all the way through this. But you have a lot of fun, along the way. Head couples lead to the right, circle to a line. Pass through. Now this is where it's a bit squeezy, in a hall like this. If you can, do a right and left through. Okay. 2 ladies chain. Pass through. Everybody do a right and left through. Up to the middle and back. In your square, bend the line. pass through. Now, I'm going to do a ladies' chain here, but I want the men to be back where they are now after we do it. So I'm going to do this, do a right and left through, rather than just do a ladies' chain, because this is a little bit more, it's smoother and it's a bit more mystical for the dancers. Flutter wheel. Okay. Pass through. And the secret to all of this working is to keep it simple. You can use advanced, more complex figures in here, but you're wiser to use really, really simple choreography, because the whole floor is now one set. The whole floor is now working as one set, and you only need something to happen over here, and that's going to affect the whole floor. So keep your choreography simple. So I want to do a pass through now, but instead of doing pass through, I will do something like this. Star through, right and left through, star through, and then pass through, so that they feel as though they've been working with somebody. If you can, do a do-si-do. No. Pass through. Everybody do a right and left through. Now what I've done is I've moved, first of all we've changed the ladies over from one square to another, and now I've moved the square that was down the front here to down the back. The square that was down the back is down the front, and now we're going to swap sides. We're going to change the square, so the square that started here is going to end up over in that corner. The square that started here is going to end up in that corner. The square that started there is going to end up, etc. You're going to end up diagonally opposite where you are. So in your own square, bend the line and pass through. And now we're not going to do any ladies' chains, but we're going to give the dancers some fun thinking that they are. Ready? Do a right and left through, if you can. 2 ladies' chain. Flutter wheel. And all we've done is a pass through from your own square over to here. Okay, so now pass through. Good stuff. Those who can pass through. If you can, do a right and left through. 2 ladies' chain. And flutter wheel. And pass through. Okay, so now we've got the squares back together, but we're out of sequence. So right and left through. And because the dancers don't really know where they are now, and most of you have a different girl as a temporary partner, the men sort of recognize that they're in a square. So you say, in your square, bend the line. In your square, join hands and circle to the left. Alaman left and a right and left grand. Meet your partner and just square your set. Are all the boys back in your home position? All the boys back in your home position? Yeah. Yeah. Different square, but back in your home position. Okay? So the head, yeah, just, I try and, because some squares circle quicker than others and that sort of thing. Yeah, so I want all the men to be, if you're the number 1 man, you're back in the number 1 position, number 2 man. You can have them promenade and I'll go back if you tell them in advance that you want the boys to remember their home position. Now, we're going to get everybody's partner back. Now, the squares have gone from, like the square from here, for instance, has now gone over there. The man that was here is now on the inside. He's now taking the part of the man that's here. All right? So now, to get them in the right position so that the whole floor has just been rotated, we have to do a right and left through for everybody. So head couples right and left through. Side couples right and left through. So now all the people that had their backs to the wall had their backs to the, all the men that had their backs to the wall have got their backs to the wall again. All those that are facing in have, are back in the same relative position. So now we're going to get the ladies back again. So head couples lead to the right, circle to a line, up to the middle and back, pass through, and a right and left through. Two ladies chain, pass through. Everybody do a right and left through. Lines up to the middle and back. In your square, bend the line. Pass through. If you can, a right and left through. Two ladies chain. Pass through. Star through. Swing her. And promenade home. Yeah? So, keep it, if you want to use this, keep it really simple. You don't have to move the squares from one position to another. You can leave them in the same place. Can I do a little dance with you? Be all right if I put some music on and do a little dance? Or, yeah? I'm glad you said yes, because I've been up all night practicing this one. We hadn't actually tested the sound equipment, so we're hoping that that this will be all right. We might have to just make it. Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you. So I tell the dancers, let me, just, yep, that's good, that's good. Okay. So I tell my dancers that there's one couple in each square that isn't going to change partners, and it's a different couple this time to the one that didn't change partners last time. So over there it's still couple number 1, couple number 2 down here, number 3 and number 4. And I say, at the end of the dance, all you're going to do the whole dance through is pass through California 12. Pass through California 12. But you get very good at doing that. Yeah. And then at the end of the dance, we're going to bring those 4 couples into the middle, and they're going to do a high-level demonstration for you in the middle, just those 4 couples. All right, so here we go. If this is all right, I don't thank you for letting me do this. Circle to the left. Hey, here we go. The day that the rains came, men start right, one counter round back, out and left, then weave the rain. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, swing you girl from a nigger back home with you. Oh, oh, my brown-eyed girl, head couples lead to the right, circle 4. You make a line and 4, go up to the middle and you come on back, pass through, if you can, or right or left through. 2 ladies chain now, same 4, pass through. Everybody start through, swing your corner, keep it together, come and make her home with you. Oh, oh, my brown-eyed girl, side 2, leap to the right, circle 4. You make a line and 4, go forward up to the middle and back, and then pass through, if you can, or right or left through. 2 ladies chain across, turn the lady, same 2, pass through, start through, swing your corner, keep a little girl from and take her home with you. Oh, oh, my brown-eyed girl, head couples lead to the right, circle 4. You make a line of 4, go up to the middle and come on back, pass through, and then if you can, a right or left through. 2 ladies chain straight across, turn her, you do, pass through, start through, and then swing the corner,
and Mama take her home with you. Whoa, whoa, my brown-eyed girl, side 2, lead to the right, circle 4. You make a line at 4, go forward up to the middle and back, and then pass through, if you can, or right or left through. 2 ladies chain across, turn that lady, and then pass through, star through, swing original under, promenade her home again with you. Whoa, whoa, my brown-eyed girl, head couples do the right or left through, sides go right and left through, then head couples pass through, sides pass through, if you can, right and left through. 2 ladies chain across the ring, star through and then pass through. 4 ladies chain across. These are the 4 couples that didn't get to change. Heads to the right or left through, sides face, grand square, go. Go reverse. 4 ladies chain across that ring, side 2 go right or left through now. Head couples pass through, sides pass through, if you can, or right or left through. 2 ladies chain and then turn the lady, same 2 star through, square through, 3/4 round, down to the plunder, down to the corner, and whoa. It's really nice to do with the dancers because it's using really simple choreography, so you can get new dancers up. If you've got a new class and they've only done a limited number of basics, like the hardest thing that we did in that was probably flutter wheel. You can use recycles and all sorts of stuff, but you don't need to. You can just make the fun is in doing what you're doing with the dancers. If you do this, head couples lead to the right, circle to a line. Let me see you do that. This is an alternative method of moving the squares around. Do a right and left through, so we put everybody out of sequence, star through, you're now back into sequence and you're facing original partner. Okay? Everybody shake right hands and moving up and down the hall, do an 8 chain through, 8 hands, go. Everybody swing through. Boys trade, boys run, bend the line. In your square, up to the middle and back, bend the line. In your square, circle to the left. And stop at home. So we just moved all the squares from the front to the back and back to the front. So you can use that, but that's a little bit more tricky for the dancers. You find the dancers are more inclined to make a mistake. But I knew we had a floor of really good dancers. Yeah.
If you have more squares, you have the 8 chain.
That's right.
Higher number. Okay.
Yep. You multiply the number of squares by 4.